It snowed again last night. The kayak does not want to give up her control over this space. It's melting, but still we have snow and frozen ponds everywhere. While I could look to the subtle signs of spring's arrival, such as the lengthening days, and also the fact that the snowpack has been sinking a little each day, I felt I needed to immerse myself in signs of spring in order to be able to celebrate the spring equinox fully, joyously, and completely, and I knew just the place where I could find them. Hello, hello, crafty ones. Well, now that we're back to the reality of being in winter still, we can at least prepare something that will evoke feelings of calm, healing the heart, and just beginning to get into that glow that is spring. I know, you're wondering, where's my candle? Where's my burning herbs today? Well, I wanted to record a video that used very different things today because I realize not everybody has the freedom to light a candle where they're practicing. It could be against the lease. It could be risky in your household for any number of reasons. I think battery tea light is just as legitimate as a candle is. And I tend to decorate mine with a strip of paper just to represent the color candle that I want to burn. So today I'm burning a yellow candle, as is in keeping with the lemony theme of the day, because this is lemon balm growing here. It was in my garden. I brought some in and continued it as a plant. I have lemon verbena, and I have some dried lemon peel, and I have more to dry. Today we are going to be making a spray form of what you could make from any herbs, and you would use it in lieu of a burning herb bundle. So you just have a spraying herb bottle. So today we're going to make some of my wonderful happiness and healing lemon spray. In addition to lemon verbena, and lemon balm, you will also need a quantity of alcoholic spirits, shall we say. I tend to use the high proof alcohol, And you can also use vodka or some similarly odorless grain spirit. And we are going to make a tincture from the lemon peel, the dried lemon verbena, and some dried lemon balm. In addition to the supplies I mentioned, a jar that seals tightly and a piece of waxed paper is also useful. So obviously you're going to start by cutting your lemons in half and squeezing them. And then, given those squeezed lemons, scrape out as much of the innards of the lemon as you can. Try doing this, which is, oh, I love this lemon. It was picked by a friend of my neighbor's from her family's citrus grove. And they know I can always use lemon peels, so they were kind enough to leave the peel to me. So I'm going to just remove an excess of pith, because the pith does not really have aroma. In fact, it has just bitterness, but since we're not going to be tasting this, it doesn't matter. You want the cut pieces about the size of a coffee bean if you're going to put them through a coffee grinder, so just make sure you cut them up small. Here's an example of how finely the lemon peel should be cut up. I like drying it in a basket because air circulates from the bottom as well as around all sides. Now, how do you know when it's dry? Well, it should feel very lightweight, a bit sharp on the corners, and it should sound like this when you break it. If it's in the least bit mushy, let it dry longer. You don't want to get it moldy. I used my coffee grinder on the finest setting to grind the lemon peel, and this is what you see here. I want to talk a little bit about the magical properties. For lemon, Citrus limonium, its element is water, its planet is the moon, its gender is feminine, and its properties are considered cleansing, energetic, and promoting love. For lemon verbena, the element is air. It is considered nurturing. It is a masculine herb, and the properties are healing, happiness, calm, purification, and love. Even though love is a common feature with these herbs, I can't really say that it's one of its strongest points. There are many stronger things such as rose and lavender that you might want to choose if love is your main focus. And then let's include our lemon balm here. Okay, lemon balm, Melissa officinalis. It is a water plant. Its planet is the moon. Its gender is feminine. And its properties are healing, happiness, calm, fortification, and love. Now, there's a lot of overlap between the lemon balm and the lemon verbena. You know, the verbena has purification as one of its traits. The lemon balm has fortification, making your magic stronger. I am not of the opinion that I'm going to include the lemon balm today. I really want the plant to grow a little bit more, and I also have plans for using it in a fortification spell that needs renewing. So I am going to use equal parts of the lemon peel and the lemon verbena. By the way, if you peel a lemon in one continuous spiral, your magical intention is said to be achieved within the current moon. So just a little bit of something for you. And yes, one of the lemons whose peel is included in this was something I did make a continuous spiral of. So we can hope that we will have, well, I'm looking for happiness and calm, to be honest. That seems to be fairly common. A bit of cleansing too, you know, from the lemon. That's my intentions for it. So, you know, I'm going to just hold each element separately. Concentrate in this case on the cleansing aspects of the lemon. Oh, I'm inhaling it. It's freshly ground. It smells like a lemon. And so it should, since the peel is the biggest part of the fragrance. For lemon verbena, I am focusing on the happiness and calm aspect of it. This is fairly fresh, and it has a lemony, herby smell is the best way to describe it. So I'm thinking about the calm, the happiness. I'm both drawing those things from the herb, but also pushing them out as an intention. So I'm forming a bond between the two. It's interesting, the lemon balm did not seem to want to be harvested today. I asked and did not get a positive answer, so I'm going to allow it its peace. So I'm going to use all of the lemon peel. I'm going to be daring and not use a funnel. Okay, fairly good. Now you can do equal parts. You can do whatever feels right to you. So I'm just going to pick a quantity that feels right and then add it to the jar. And to get a stirring spoon, let's see if I have anything in the cupboard. Oh, I have a stick, even better. Small wand, anyone? So I'm just going to combine them well. And then add the high-proof alcohol to cover the herbs and then some. The lemon peel in particular is going to expand, so I'm going to go a little higher. I've probably gone maybe 2 centimeters higher than the herbs in the jar. I'll stir them well. Again, communicating that cleansing, happiness, calm feeling as I do so. Stirring clockwise or jessel until it just seems to be enough. Then I am going to cover the jar using a piece of the wax paper, just because the alcohol is strong and I don't want to have it interacting with anything plasticky, if you will. So there. Now I will let this brew for probably 2 to 4 weeks. After 2 weeks, I'll smell it and kind of memorize the scent. Then I will leave it for 2 weeks more. I will store it in a dark cupboard since it's a clear jar, and I will take it out every day and just turn it and reiterate the things that need to be reiterated of the intentions. And then we'll see in 2 to 4 weeks how it smells. If it smells about the same after 4 weeks as it does 2, then it's definitely done. Or if you like the way it smells after 2 weeks, call it done there. And then we'll get together and make the rest of it into a wonderful spray. Oh, this smells like lemon. I've left the tincture sit for 4 weeks and I'm convinced it's done. It smells wonderful. So I'm going to strain it carefully using a fine mesh strainer, and I'm not going to let a lot of the sediment through because most of it is just settled today. I didn't shake the jar, so it's mostly settled out. And this is what I have. I'm going to add it to my spray bottle. Since I used high-proof alcohol, I could add water to it, but there's really not enough space in this bottle to justify it, so I'm not going to. You can add as much as a half part of water. So if, I've got about this much, I could add that much water, but it won't fit the bottle. So this is my completed lemon verbena herbal spray. And as I say, use it like you would use a herbal bundle that you're burning to infuse the room with some wonderful scents. You can use it to purify your altar. Anything that you do with a bundle, you can do with this. I am going to spray some of this because it's just a wonderful scent. Oh, lemon. Gotta love it. The third way I prepare for celebrating the spring equinox is I have a collection of Ukrainian pisanki, or written eggs, and I find some of the motifs quite interesting. There, of course, are the sunflower motifs in various styles. I think this is also a sunflower, just expressed differently. And of course, those represent Ukraine herself, and I stand with Ukraine. There are others that suggest fertility in spring. I think this one in particular, although it even continues through summer and harvest with the wheat blossoming, and yet the flowers are mostly spring flowers. This one I love because it takes us through the year. So we have two deer standing under a bare tree in winter. Then we see the leaves coming out in spring, the apples in summer, and then the autumn leaves falling, and then back to winter. This is an interesting egg, and that one as well. A trichetra of oak leaves and acorns. So I think that has some pagan roots to it as well. Others seem to suggest fertility in general. We have a deer on this one and some growing flowers beneath. And this one we have a pair of goats, probably, meeting under a flower. This is a mother figure, definitely. And this one may not have any direct spring references, but it's just got all the flowers around it, so I like that one. And here's another, did I show you this one? Yeah, the deer. So I do set up a basket with my pisanki in it, and it's just something to admire and make me feel like the season of spring, the season of the equinox, has indeed arrived. So I want to wish you a wonderful spring equinox. This is, of course, the time of year where your plans for your garden should be well in hand. Maybe you've got the seeds, you've got a list of everything you want to plant once it's suitable, which is going to be a while here. We start planting out in early May, the hardy things, but we don't plant out the tender stuff until almost the 1st of June. So we've got a long ways to go, but I have an idea what's going to be in my garden this year. And plans can still be flexible at this point, but they shouldn't be, I don't know, they should be decided to a degree. You can always change things, But let's get something down and let's make up our mind what we're going to do. And that is what we do when we approach the equinox. We stand at a point of balance and say, I know where I'm going, I know where I've been, and I can see my path ahead of me. And I wish that for you. Remember, you get out of magic what you put into it. Do the work, express your intentions in strong, decisive thoughts. Try and practice your craft every day. You know about liking and subscribing, and I want to thank those who have subscribed and the many people who have been watching these videos. My heart is touched by it. And I bid you a wonderful spring equinox, or if some people celebrate it under the name of Ostara, I wish you a blessed Ostara.